hash brown crust. And I put a yellow cheddar in the actual
Out of all
the
your
body.
quiches, this ranks up there too.
All right. So put this on repeat. I'm gonna put this on repeat for my baby. I want you to put this on repeat for you and your baby, or for you and your family. But put it on repeat. Today, y'all, we're making one of my favorite dishes, quiche. Not any old quiche, quiche with a twist. Y'all, we're doing a ham and cheese quiche with a hash brown crust. Look, this ain't your ordinary quiche. It's got a hash brown crust. So y'all come on, stick around. Let me show you how I do it. Come on in. Hey y'all, let's get started. We're gonna do this quiche in 3 little sections. First thing, we're gonna make our hash brown crust. Second, we're gonna make the filling that goes with it. And then we're gonna finish with the custard. 3 things, 3 steps. Let's break it down. Don't get scared, it's gonna be easy. So for this hash brown crust, you'll need some hash browns. We got hash browns, we got some cheese, we got some onion powder, some garlic powder, and some kosher salt, and some fresh cracked pepper. So that's all we got. Ready? Let's go. So to get this started, we're gonna use frozen hash browns. So I got me some good old frozen hash browns out of the refrigerator, out of the freezer. I'm gonna dump them in here. But you see that? See that big old clump? Well, we're gonna do something to break that up. So here's what we're gonna do. I just got my rubber mallet. I'm just gonna give these a little whack until they break up. You want these to be at room temperature. And after they get to room temperature, then we're going to lay them out, let them drain and come all the way room temperature, and we'll get all the water out of them. So they're frozen now, as you can see, but we're gonna lay them out on a towel, and after they lay out and come to room temperature, then we're gonna use them. We're gonna need about 20 ounces to make this work. Let me show you how to do it. All right, so to make this crust, remember we need 20 ounces. How do you know you got 20 ounces? Okay. You gotta probably weigh it, measure it. So let's do that. I got my trusty scale. Put me a little bowl on here. I'm gonna hit my little tare weight button, takes it back down to 0. And now, make sure you got your scale, your units right. So mine is set to ounces. And let's drop it and see when we get to 20. Frozen potatoes. And look at there, we got 20 ounces. On the button. Yeah, all right. So we got our 20 ounces of potatoes. We know it's 20 ounces because we weighed it. But these are frozen potatoes. We need them to drain, and then we're gonna get all the water out of them. So here's how we're gonna do it. So don't know what you got at home, but here's how I'm gonna do mine. Just gonna get me something that has some holes under it. Great, anything you got. This is what I use for my cookies and for baking. I'm getting me a tea towel or cheesecloth or whatever you happen to have. I'm just gonna lay this out here and dump these potatoes right on top. Okay, why are we doing this? Because I need them to get them into a towel anyway, so I can get all the water out of them after they thaw completely. So here's how we're gonna do it. It's gonna lay them out, get them in a single layer. And now, we'll set them aside and let them wait. I'm gonna set them aside and let them come to room temperature. And after they get to room temperature, we're gonna take the towel, wrap it all around it, squeeze it out. I don't mean squeeze it, just squeeze it. We're gonna wring it out, like we're trying to get every drop of water out, okay? So let's set it aside and we'll let you know whenever, I'll come back whenever they're unthawed. Look here, time has gone by. My potatoes are at room temperature. So I'm gonna wrap these little fellas up, bring my towel together, and let's get them over here and get all the water squeezed out. All right, so they're in there. So we're just gonna wring them out. Here's how we do it. So look here, I mean wring it out. Don't act like you're just squeezing. You're gonna have to twist that thing and get the water out. We need our potatoes to be dry. It's important that they're dry. That's how this recipe is gonna work for the crust. Got them all squeezed out. Now, let's get them out of the bag, out of the towel. Here's what they look like. Oh, look like some little fluffy potatoes. See, all right, so let's dump them back in the bowl. Here's our little fluffy potato. Get in there, all you guys. Put that over here. All right, so now we're gonna season them up. So we're gonna eat them up, so we're gonna season as we go. So I got some garlic powder. I've got some onion powder. I've got some salt and some black pepper. And I've got some white cheddar cheese. All right, all that into the bowl. This is our crust. So, give that a nice stir. Now, we're gonna make this in a spring-form pan. So, to prep the pan, let me show you how I'm gonna prep it. Well, I'm gonna put some spray around this fella, and I'm gonna use parchment paper. So we're gonna spray them real good all around the edges. I got some parchment paper that I've cut into a circle. You can cut into a circle, you can buy it this way. All right, so there that is. So now we're gonna get the little potatoes in here. And to form them, you're going to press down really good to make this work. So we're gonna put some in, I'm gonna press them down the bottom. And to make this really go well, you need to press hard. This ain't no light press. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab something in the back. Just grab some ramekins. You can get a measuring cup, anything you get that's nice and hard. And I'm gonna really give these a press because I don't want my crust to leak. So if your crust is gonna leak, your egg batter is gonna run through it. We don't want that. So I'm gonna roll it, just get it as good and packed down there as I can. So the rest of these potatoes we're gonna use for our side. So let's just get them in there. I'm gonna press them up around the rim and make the side of our crust. Okay? So just press it with your hands first. Get you a nice little crust up the wall. Don't forget to leave some on the bottom. Press it back in if you make a hole. Doesn't need to be perfect, but try not to leave any gaps in it. And then what you can do is take your ramekin or take the edge of a measuring cup and just press it. You want it nice and tight. After we get it all pressed in, I'm gonna stick it in the freezer at least for an hour, preferably overnight. If you got time, make this the day before. So I'm gonna put it in the freezer. I'm gonna cover it with some plastic, stick it in the freezer for at least an hour to let that crust set. You're gonna bring it out, stick the little fella in the oven. But all you're trying to do is make sure you don't have any gaps. All right, so I'm gonna cover it with plastic wrap, stick the little fella into the freezer at least for an hour. All right, that's what he looks like. Hashbrown crust is out of the freezer. Time to par-bake the little fella. So I got my oven preheated to 425. I only need to par-bake it, so I'm gonna bake it about 15 minutes, okay? So let's get him in the oven and we'll check on him in a few minutes. Hey, Hashbrown crust is in the oven, par-baking. It needs about 15 minutes to do its thing back there. So meanwhile, let's do this. Let's move on to step 2. Step 2 is the filling. So we're gonna get all this into a frying pan. I got my ham, my onion, red bell pepper, salt, pepper, and a little bit of butter to sizzle it up in. So first thing, let's get this onion kind of sliced up. You know how to slice your onion without making yourself cry? Let me show you how you do it. If you cut your onion like this, you won't get too many tears in your eyes. It'll just be nice and easy. And the key is keep your fingers out of the way. Kind of grab that onion like a claw so the knife is always in front of your fingers. That way you get to keep all your fingers. And for the end, just cut the little fella up. At least this is how I do mine. Everybody got their thing. Okay, let's get our butter into the pan and just let it melt down. And after the butter drops in, I'm gonna get our onions in. Peppers coming in. Now with a little bit of salt and pepper. And I'm doing it here because I want to season it in layers. This is sizzling pretty good. Now I'm gonna drop the ham in because I'm not trying to brown these, I don't want to brown them. I just want to saute them and get the onions nice and translucent. So I got my fire very low. All we want to do is just let this just very gently sweat down. Hash brown crust is done, y'all. Let's get it out of the oven. Hey, so it's looking pretty good. So I want to get all these onions. I'm not trying to caramelize them. All I want to do is just sweat them, get them translucent. Onions are looking good. And I'm going to give this maybe just a couple of minutes more. And see that moisture in the bottom of the pan? I'm going to let that just kind of just cook out just a little bit more. Because I don't want my quiche, the vegetables, to be really wet when they get in there because they'll just add more moisture. So I'm trying to get the moisture out. That's it. I'm not trying to add a lot of color. All right, y'all, so the ham and onions are still chilling out in the back. They're back there, just sweating away. It's been about 10 minutes. We'll give them a few minutes more and let them do their thing. Meanwhile, let's get our custard started. So to make this custard, remember, step 3. So to make this custard, we got some eggs, we got some heavy cream, a little bit of cheddar cheese, some chives, and back here, some salt and pepper. So here's how you do it. Just make sure you don't waste your time and waste some steps. We're gonna crack these eggs one at a time. So crack them one at a time, right into here, and then do the other one the same way. And just finish these up. All right, so we got all our eggs in. I'm using 6 eggs. So we got our 6 eggs in there. I've got about 10 ounces of heavy cream. Pour that little fella in. I'm gonna go in with my salt and pepper right now and give it a stir. Y'all, that's all it is to making a quiche. You just need a custard. So there's our custard done. I'm gonna toss in the cheese. I'm gonna set him aside. Let's get our chives, but we're going to chop these chives up a little bit. Toss those little fellas in. Give that a stir. All right. Hashbrown crust is ready. We just finished our custard. Let me come on back here with me. We're gonna get our filling off the stove. It's all sweated down, looking pretty good. That's ham, the onions, a little bit of red peppers. So now we're gonna get all the kids in the pool. So we're gonna layer in, gonna do this in layers. So I'm gonna start off with the ham and onions. All right, so we got the ham, we got the filling mixture into the crust. So now let's get the custard mixture into the crust. Here we go, I'm just gonna pour that fella in. Oh man, I probably have a suggestion here. I'm gonna stop. I want to tell you one thing you can do to make sure this goes a little smoother. I'm gonna put some aluminum foil around this so when we put it in the oven, just in case we get a little leakage, we can prevent the leakage. I'm just gonna gather this around in a nest just in case it leaks. Don't think it will, but in case it does. All right, so now I'm gonna put the rest of it in. So I've got my oven preheating now. So remember when we did the hash brown crust, I had it preheated to 425. Now we're doing the quiche. So we're dropping the temperature back to 350 and gonna let it go and do its thing for about 50 minutes or until you stick a toothpick in and it comes out clean. Before you get them in the oven, one more step. This is just finessing it. put a little more garnish on it. So I got some of these chives that I cut the long way. And I'm just gonna drop them in here, just for some added color. The quiche is out of the oven. Now it's time to get the little fella out of the spring-form pan. So come on, let's show you how we do it. All right, so we got it releasing right there. And if everything goes right, it should just come right out of there. All right. Let's cut this bad boy. Got your little trusty knife. I'm just gonna cut right in the middle. All right. Get a nice little piece here. Looks amazing. Smells great. All right, so get yourself something to scoop it up. And remember, I left that paper on the bottom, so we don't want to eat the paper. And next time, I probably won't put the paper on it. All right. That looks good. Looks really good. Now look at that crust. If I would serve this up like I got, I'd put a side salad. And I got this side salad with my lemon vinaigrette dressing. So go check out that lemon vinaigrette video and let me know what you think. But right now, let's check out this quiche. So hash brown quiche, that looks great. Nice custard, looks delicious. That's flavor. That's like a Denver omelet, right on your plate. All right. My baby's around. I'm gonna get my baby to taste this thing too. But I'm gonna get a little bit of this. Oh, I want to, but here she comes. Hey, baby.
I can smell this.
Can you smell it? How you doing?
Good.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right. Hey, so look here. Today, I have made for you, a quiche with a hash brown crust. So look at the
You said hash brown?
hash brown,
Okay.
baby. So let me cut you some. All right, baby. You give that one a try. Let me know what you think.
Oh my gosh, this is really good. It's like an omelet. I can really taste the cheese.
Yeah.
Did you use different cheeses or?
Only one. No, actually, I used two.
Wonderful.
So I put a white cheddar in my hash brown crust, and I put a yellow cheddar in the actual.
Out of all
The
your
body of-
quiches, this ranks up there too.
All right. So put this on repeat.
It's nice and firm.
Hey y'all, look, I'm gonna put this on repeat for my baby. I want you to put this on repeat for you and your baby, or for you and your family. But put it on repeat. This is the one you wanna make. Hash brown quiche. See that color right there? Go on and put this on today. So, hey look, if you wanna check out this video, I'm glad you're here, but check out the next one, and check out the next one, and check out the next one. In the meantime, make yourself a ham and cheese quiche with a hash brown crust. All right? Hey, baby, what do you think?
This is wonderful, hon. You did
All
a
right.
good job.
Thank you. And thank you for watching. Y'all go on and do your thing. We'll holler next time.